Hey guys, what's going on? This your girl Queen G. Good morning. Welcome to another segment of the Queen G Live Experience. I'm really silly, y'all. Really, really silly. Um, had a great morning. Had a workout in, and got a workout in, and also I talked about on Instagram Live this morning how we need to finish 2020 strong. We have about 32 days left in the year, and for someone else 32 days it's just not really a lot, but honey, in 30 days I feel like I can turn over a whole, you know what I mean, world in 30 days, like seriously, through my podcast, through this, that. So don't take this time for granted at all. Yes, we do have only 30 something days left in the year, but let's finish this year strong. Let's make this a powerful time, a powerful moment in our lives. And if anything was an indication of how 2020 was, you may want to live each day to the fullest and maximize on every single thing that you possibly can. You know what I'm saying? Just because tomorrow's not promised, we can feel it, we see it. So I wanted to start the message with that and just, you know, get that going. And I want to welcome my special guest. This gentleman is a director. He's a screenwriter, which screenwriters are definitely dear to my heart. They're creators. That's how I started my career in the beginning was, casting. I was a casting director. Can you imagine that? Big old Queen G just over here casting some films and sitcoms and movies and you know what I mean? So the film world is actually dear to my heart. I love actors, I love screenwriters, I love producers, directors, like they are just always the bomb. So let's welcome my special guest, Mr. Idris, to the show.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are
Oh,
you?
I said it wrong again. Idris,
You
right?
did. It's Idris, yes. Yes.
I
It
just
is
want to call
Idris.
you Idris. I know everybody does that though, right?
It's a trending thing that goes on. Everyone calls me Idris, but I try to respectfully correct them.
Right, right. My bad, Idris.
Yeah.
Okay, at least I wrote it right on the screen.
Yeah, it's correct.
Oh man, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh man. I'm born and raised in Columbia, South Carolina. That's where I'm now. Married, 4 children. Um, been a writer and director for the last 7 years, going on 8. Been enjoying that. Also have a podcast called Urban City Radio, the mixtape. That's on Spotify, so just check that out. And
Oh, I think
one,
Lester was telling me about that. He was telling me about your podcast or something.
yeah, yeah. So I do that. We do that monthly. That's a monthly show that we have. And I once upon a time I was a rapper a few years back. So been in music and everything. So the film has came in and changed my life a whole drastically. So it's been great.
Wow. What did you rap about when you were a rapper?
Um, there was two versions. There was the mainstream version, the money, cars, and girls, and then about about 7 years ago, right before I did this, about 8 years ago, right before I did my first film, I kind of transitioned to Christian rapping, and I released a mixtape on SoundCloud, and that did pretty good. And then I fell into film, fell in love with films, and that's where I've been at here recently.
Wow. So screenwriter. When did you
Yeah.
transition into that? What made you cross over
Oh,
into that lane?
wow, that was a lane that I didn't think about, that I never thought about doing. Um, Friend of mine and I, we were talking about, we wanted to do a movie, and and when someone says you can't do anything, that's my biggest motivation. So someone said
Right.
I couldn't do it, and I wrote the first movie back in 2013, 2011, 2012, 2013. We released it in 2014, and that's what kind of got me into it.
Wow, that's awesome. Yep, that's my biggest motivation too. So many told me I couldn't,
Yeah, nah,
or
and
they
that's
they they challenge you or call you bluff or something. You know?
right. Right. And that, and for me, I love it because I just, it's just like for me just saying, okay, I can show you better than I can tell you. Um,
Right.
that's one of my biggest things. I let me show you what I can do, and then we can talk from there.
And what's interesting is a lot of people think that industry jobs are not credible jobs
Hmm.
too. Legitimate jobs. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, they may think that, but it's because they haven't been in that position. They really don't know how hard it is, honestly. Because you look at even as a music artist, let everybody see the finished product. You see, you didn't you seen the Hard Knock out or the Reasonable Doubt album from Jay, but you didn't see the Jay previously when he was running with Big Daddy Kane. Um, you see, I'm in the South, so like you see the Ludacris's and the Ti's, and you see the first albums or whatever. Even for Ti, it was the second album. They didn't really understand the I'm Serious album, but until they got trap music. And you see Ludacris and with his first album, they didn't hear the Incognito album. They heard the second version of that. And you know what I mean? It's
Right.
like back for the first time. That's what they heard. They didn't get that. So they didn't understand, or the Master P, Master P selling out his trunk for so many years, and then they come at have one of the biggest deals ever, as far as for an artist. They don't see the grind that artists go through or creators go through until we give them the backstory, and then when they see the backstory, they be like, oh man, that's what they had to go through to get there. And that's the biggest. That's what film does for me. Giving someone a
Right.
backstory of something else. The impact that we may have for someone is really huge for that, and that's how we can tell the story so people can see it.
Right. I mean, you guys are essential too. You're needed, for
Mhm.
people like myself. I was just talking to you about a concept before we went live, and
Right.
it's like you lit up, your eyes lit up with the concept, you know what I mean? And I could tell that, you know what I mean, you would take that idea and put it into a movie. You would change and transform this book into a film. Like I could tell based on
Right.
just watching your reaction. And
Hmm.
like I wrote a movie before about
Hmm.
being homeless and stuff
Hmm.
like that, but I'm not a screenwriter formatter. I don't know how to format. I don't know. I just kind of like wrote it and somebody did
Yeah.
it for me. Right.
Right.
So even that kind of stuff, like everybody is not skilled at it. Like you have those that they may know how to write or whatever, but there's a different level where you have an actual gift. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know
Right.
that you're gifted because when you pick it up, it's like it comes natural to you.
Yeah. And for me,
You know what I mean?
yeah, and that's really that's because the first time I did not know anything about how to format a script or how to make to make sure the slug line needed to say this or anything like that.
Right.
So then I met one of my mentors, and she was telling me, okay, well, you need to have your script formatted for just in case so people can actually read it. Um,
Mhm.
and then I met Darren, and as far as directing wise, you had Darren on yesterday, and as far as directing wise, it took me to a whole nother level. And I can't say that I'm the greatest. I'm not one of the greatest. I'm pretty good, you know, but my goal is to get to the next level, and each level I want to learn something to get to the next level. So that's where I am when it comes to writing, and
Right.
I'm currently in the class now, to teach me more about writing the industry way, because we have the independent way where we go out there and put it and do it the way we see it, but there's
Mhm.
also an industry way where if we want to sell it to the industry, we
Pitch
have
it and
to
put it
we
out
have to
there. Yeah.
right, We have to understand both sides. Like I'm understanding both sides of it, and also becoming a better writer as well.
That's great. That's awesome. Then I say that because we should all learn both ways.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I've been independent so long, um, but I'm not an expert at everything. There are
Right.
some things that I have to hire out for.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There are certain
Right.
services that people are just better at, and when we come together, it becomes a powerful, you know, um, union because
Right.
I'm the creator, and then they just take it to that next step. And
Right.
how important is team when it
Ooh.
comes to this industry?
Team. A team is very important. I had to learn that the hard way. Um, my second film, um, a cinematographer named Victoria Glover. Shouts out to her. It was just her and I on set, and we had somebody, doing sound every now and then. So I doing that, and I learned so much. And then recently, like a little bit over a couple years ago, I met Darren DeShazer, um, and we came together as a beginning to build a team. And now that I have a team, it is so much easier on me. The stress level is way way down. It's so important because, like you said, having someone to know your weaknesses and know your strengths. That's the biggest thing. For me, I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses. And as I build on my team, I build on the places I'm weak at. So to have someone to catch up where you lack is very important because if not, something in the film will fall short. And
Right,
or anything that you're doing. If you're an artist, if your marketing and promotion person isn't on point, then you're not going to be able to sell your music. Um,
that's
if you're
true.
an if you're an actor and your agent isn't on point, are not going to get many jobs. If you're an author, if your editor isn't not on point, then your book is not going to come out right. So
Right,
the team is you have to have. I think everyone needs to have a team and understand that if you don't or without it, then there is something lacking that you will miss. It will be missed.
right. Yeah, so true. Just like some people come to me, I work in the lane of media.
Hmm.
I'm a media instructor. I've become that this past couple of years, and I formulated a course because I felt as if I've been working at it 20 something years. Let me go ahead and pass the baton and teach
Hmm.
people how to become successful and utilize media to take their brands and their businesses to the next level. So I was like,
Right.
let me start teaching. I think that I
Hmm.
could do that now. It's been years of this. Like, people don't know that this backdrop behind me is called a
Hmm.
step and repeat banner.
Right. Yeah.
Simple things like that. Like, they don't know um, how to implement an interview and engage with the audience and grab your attention within that few seconds. Because sometimes
Right.
interviews are quick. Like one day, I interviewed SWV, Salt and Pepper, like it was all of the legends, right? Because
Hmm.
they came to Las Vegas and they did a grand opening of a residency at Paris, the hotel. I get there on location. First of all, you got to be on time.
On time, definitely.
Got to bring your professionalism at all times.
Hmm.
You just never know who's going to be around, who's going to be
Right.
there. Always come early, as early as you can, so you can check out the scene, the scenarios of what's going
Hmm.
on, what you have to do, where you have to set up, the whole nine.
Hmm.
We get there super early, set up, and you always know when it's about to go down
Right.
in a media event, and because it starts to get active,
Hmm.
people start
Hmm.
coming out of nowhere with these cameras, and it starts to get a little crazy. Well, I arrived that day thinking that I was going to have other media team members to help hold this event down. And I'm
Right.
talking legends, Chauncey of Blackstreet, Mark McGrath. He's like an R&B singer or something
Mhm.
from the '90s. These are all '90s legends.
Gotcha.
I'm talking As Yet is there, and just
Mhm.
everybody, right?
Right.
No, sir. It fell on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
The whole
That
job, like
that.
I was out there working that red carpet probably for like an hour and a half before another media team member came up.
Wow. Yeah.
So
And
you got to know, you got to learn your craft, and you got to learn it well,
mhm.
because in moments like that, it's put up or shut up.
Right. Definitely.
You know what I
Definitely.
mean? You got to fall on your expertise. You got to fall back on things that you have learned, from the beginning to now. And I'm like,
Hmm.
wow, that was a time that really challenged me,
Yeah. I
but I
can
figured
imagine.
out what I was made of too. I was
Right.
able to hold it down. I held that whole situation down. I wasn't about to fail in front of these legends.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Definitely. Definitely.
At all. So we have to, whatever field you're in, as an entertainer, you got to learn your craft. You got to
Hmm.
learn it by hands-on experience, as well as getting these kind of courses.
Right.
Um, like you said, learning the trade on how it works, from a professional standpoint.
Hmm.
And so many mentors and people taught me, like this lady, Carla
Yeah.
Simpson. I hands on, like, always put her in all my radio interviews and all my magazine interviews. I put her name out there because she taught me what I know. She put me out there.
Right.
She was like, come on, come to the Oscars with me. I need you to
Hmm.
help me with these interviews today. Like, come to the BET Awards. She hand singly, like, mentored me. And through that mentorship, it really taught me the game of how to engage, on these red carpets and deal with people on the radio. We don't see
Hmm.
nobody, but we have to talk to people, one on one,
Right.
and keep the show topics interesting. Choose, and,
Right.
and I found out, bro. I found out that even radio shows are formatted.
Yeah. Definitely. It is.
Don't get up
It
there and
is.
try to, go from the hip and thinking you're doing something. No, you gotta write some stuff down.
Yeah. You
You know
can't.
what I mean?
You can't wing it unless I would say you have to be in at least a good 15, 20 years before you can even try to
Right.
wing anything. Um, I mean, because like with my podcast, like
Hmm.
it took us a good year for us to kind of get it where it flowed very well, flow easily. And now, man, I can like the intro I may wing a little bit, but like I know exactly how everything is formatted throughout the show. Um, each set you have people have to understand when it comes to like radio because no one sees you. Your voice is what carries everything.
Right.
So you have to be able to connect with the people. You have to be able to connect with the artists. You have to be able to some interviewers are not good interviewers. You have to be able. It's like pulling teeth. So you have to be able to ask the right questions to get them to talk. All that is very 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 fragile if you don't have it because it will just mess up everything for you.
Right. That's why I use the technique of talking before the interview and kind of
Hmm.
looking the person in their eyes and getting a little bit of conversation going, because it works out the nerves. It
Right.
kind of works out the kinks a little bit. Like, oh, okay,
Right.
we this is already nerve wracking. We're meeting for the
Yeah.
first time, and
Right.
you don't know what to expect or what's going to be said. And it's kind of like that helps a lot.
It does. It really does.
Um, I do write questions down, but not most times. And I
Right.
do that because my technique is more natural, one on one.
Hmm.
Let me just talk to the person,
Right.
you know, and get to know them and
Right.
kind of just go at the hip. Like most times I don't write questions down, but that day at the SWV situation or at the salt and pepper launch, I had to, because I was
Right.
like, what I'm gonna ask them? These are legends.
Right.
And
It
one of the
is like
questions
that.
I came up with was, I asked Salt and Pepper, like, define legend. Define that. You're 30 years in the game. You're the legendary, iconic
Hmm.
female first female hip hop legendary rap group.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what is that like for you? And then it was good. I figured it out, bro. But the pressure was on. My
Yeah.
other time that I was caught under the gun and under fire was when I'm working a foundation event. It was the Moreland Greenwood Foundation, who used to be an ex Miami Dolphin.
Oh wow.
So it was tough because I was supposed to co-host the red carpet with another lady. She did not
Hmm.
show up. She didn't show up. So I'm
Yeah.
out there alone with these football players that I don't know nothing about. I don't know nothing about football, bro. I don't know nothing about the moves, what position somebody in. So I don't know what to talk to them about.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
It's like, and every time, this is what's crazy too. Every time somebody passed by me, my husband's like, "Do you know who that is?" I was like, "No." He's all hyped and excited because he's a sports guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right.
he's like, "Do you know who that is? Do you know that such?" I was like, "Okay,
You should have pulled your husband on and just had him ask a few questions
right."
himself. You
And
know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
stand over me or something, right?
Right.
But I made it through, and this is what came up on the radar that tripped me the hell out, bro. Teddy Riley walked up on the sideline.
Wow.
And you know they gave him
Yeah.
red carpet service. He got
Yeah.
his right away as soon as he got there. So I
Right.
had 2 seconds to get my interview questions together. Like
Right.
in my brain. I couldn't even show no signs of like, nervousness or
Right.
nothing. This
Right.
this
Right.
is
Definitely.
this the real deal, bro. And he walks up and I was like, first of all, I said, bro, thank you so much for what you have done for music. Like I started it out just like that.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I said you have given us so much in this music industry, and we just want to let you know we appreciate you for your contribution. So that's how I started, and then it kind of opened up the conversation. By the time I got in there, you know, my people around us tells Teddy that Tyrese is my brother. So by the time I
Gotcha.
left the whole scenario, I ended up getting his personal telephone number. I was like, "Do
That's what's
you
up.
know what just happened? Do you know?" I'm tripping out because I'm sorry, certain people just still spark
Yeah.
my,
Right.
my energy, and it's
Right.
amazing. I don't care how you look at it. You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying?
Definitely. Definitely.
And then
Definitely.
after that, several times I ran into Teddy Riley, and he knew who we were after that. He knows what I
Gotcha.
look like, who I am. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? He knows my
Yeah.
name. It's crazy. Where your husband
Right.
with that camera? Like, you know what I mean? That was always
Right.
it was crazy. I ended up taking several pictures with him. He's just so dope. So
Yeah.
dope.
That's what's up.
So
That's what's
you
up.
you gotta definitely learn your craft
Definitely.
and just understand that all these super amazing human beings are also people.
Right. Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? And we have
Agreed.
to,
Definitely.
know know that because what
Yeah.
I do, I'm always around celebrities, and although I'm tripping out a little bit, I'm still a fan
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
I still have to calm down and kind of relax. I'm at Akon, bro. I'm at Akon. That's crazy, right?
Right. That's wild, man. I mean, and like you said, everybody's I think that's where of course, you have that starstruck, on certain things, on certain people, on certain artists, you have that. But
Oh
then
yeah.
you have to dial it back and understand that, hey, yeah, they're human. They bleed just like I bleed. They put their pants on one leg at a time, unless they have
Mhm.
something that I ain't got yet. And it's just it's that's just what it is, and just treat them as human beings. I think that's where, and a lot of artists, what people don't understand, are really down to earth. A lot of them
Oh,
really are
exactly.
just real people. And once you have a conversation with them, and you like, oh man, you down to earth. I remember when I was doing, I opened up for an artist named Cannon. He's out of Chicago, and there was one thing that he said that I would never forget. Because I was, you're nervous. Everyone is nervous. And
Right.
as he was walking past, he was talking to someone. He's like, "Man, I just hope I don't mess up." And so just hearing that, I was like, "Yo, what?" like you do this on a daily basis. This is what you do. And hearing that, it just changed my whole outlook on just
Perspective of it, huh?
yeah, on performing. Yeah, everybody, it happens. Everyone messes up, but the audience don't know because
Right.
they just so they're into it just like you're into it. So
I met
that's
Luther Vandross one time, bro. Okay, I was backstage, and I'm working the media again like that,
mhm.
and I had to meet Luther. Luther was like a legend to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
There's no way that I
definitely
can let this man pass by me and not shake his hand, say something. But when I
right.
shook his hand, he was getting ready to go up and do like his rehearsal and run through his, music stuff, sound
Hmm.
check,
Right.
basically. I went up and I shook his hand, bro. His hand was sweating bullets.
Wow.
I said, man, I said, your hand. I said, you nervous? He was like, I always get nervous. I said, but you have a powerful voice. He said, I know, but it still doesn't stop the nerves, the butterflies. It's
Right.
normal.
Definitely.
That was a trip, right? Luther, bro.
Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, but you never know, like I said, we're all human. We have and I'm not sure if I can't remember who said it, but if it's to the point where like if you're not nervous when you go out there, something's wrong.
Right.
You know, I mean, even like for me, when as far as directing and as far as writing or directing, when I'm writing or directing,
Mm-hmm.
when I'm writing, I'm nervous about what the person, if the person likes it or not. When I'm directing, I'm nervous, or I'm nervous about making sure everybody is on. Am I on point so they can be on point? Because
Right.
if I don't say something, if I say something wrong and it comes out wrong, then it's on me. So it's really it's like if you don't get that feeling, then I believe it's me personally. I believe that it's something's not right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um,
And I'm always nervous at first. And then once the, kinks are worked out a little bit,
mhm,
it's like I kind of open up. But
right,
most times I'm nervous on that first go round. And it's just,
definitely.
whew, butterflies be going. Sometimes I've had, what you call that? I've had like my stomach.
Hmm. Yeah,
My stomach be messed up to the point where I gotta go take a bathroom break real quick before, because what they call it, bubble guts. Yeah,
but
bubble guts.
yeah, yeah.
I've had bubble guts from being so nervous about something. I'm like, hold on, I'll be right back.
Just gotta get yourself together.
Gotta get some stuff together. It's that serious though. It
Right, it
because
is.
nerves is like emotion, and it's a part of your whole system.
Right,
Nervous system. So it's
right,
like it be working through the whole situation sometimes. I try
right.
to go to the
Exactly.
bathroom before I have to perform or do something, because normally, like I said, the nerves hit bad and it's a wrap, bro.
I feel you.
That's why I
Man, I
come
feel you.
early. I come early to the scenario. I need bathroom time. I need, you know what I mean? I need all that.
Gotta get it. Gotta get it in. Gotta get it in.
Um, how have you handled the pressures of 2020? This year has been a doozy. It's been interesting. What have you done to kind of handle some of those pressures?
Honestly, for me, personally, it's been a blessing in disguise for me, because there's so many things that were supposed to happen. Um, of course, with the losses throughout the year, that kind of that hurt. For those major names, those big names that passed. But then, as far as personally, it was a blessing in disguise because I was able to actually sit back and focus on my craft. Um, learn like reading. I'm an audible book listener. I love listening to audible books because it's easier for me. So like listening to
Me
audiobooks
too.
about directing, listening to audiobooks about dialogue, how to write, listening to um, working on other things for people, working on different scripts, enhancing my craft, sending just it's been a blessing for me because it's just I've been able to sit back and say, okay, let me learn what I need to learn. So when we start getting back running, I already know what I'm doing. I'm not so far gone. I'm not just sitting here, just not wasting time. Um, and then again, I got to spend time with my family. Got to actually sit down and have a
Yes.
break and realize, family. Again, family is number one. You got God, family, and everything else. And so like
Yes.
being able to sit down with my wife and kids and just and laugh and joke and play games and and do things that we don't normally get to do. That was great. And then again, like I said, just being able to sit back and work on my craft, sit at my desk and write a script, or just begin writing a script, or um, learning about how to direct different people, learning how to just reading different books or listening to different books,
And not
all
have
that
that
is,
pressure of,
and not have that pressure.
dang, I
Yeah,
got to get out here and get with the hustle and bustle. You know what I
right,
mean? You,
right.
you were able to just kind of
Yeah,
focus.
yeah. Because usually, like honestly, like usually this time of the year is my actual wind down time of the year. I've learned that, like through like the beginning of the year, it's a go. We going until about the end of about the end of September, October. Everything's kind of start to slow down, and then I get to just chill with the family or whatever, throughout the holidays. But like this time, it was kind of vice versa. Um, Ever since things kind of opened back up down here, I've been able to I've been running, been filming different things, been writing, been Zoom has been like the biggest thing ever. Zoom has made a lot of money over the past few months, I
Oh
would
my
say.
God. Everybody on Zoom.
Right.
And
So,
this right here too, StreamYard. StreamYard is
so
another this outlet that I'm using right here
yeah,
is called StreamYard, and it's another one that has made quite a boom because this is connected to Facebook, YouTube,
right.
Periscope. It's connected
Yeah,
to a lot of things, and
definitely.
I paid a subscription for it because
Yeah,
it gives you more features and stuff like that. So
right, right, definitely.
um, things that would not have made money have kind of flipped the script and have
Right,
been reversed, you know. And
right,
then there
right,
were a lot of losses. People that never would have thought that they would be impacted like that
right,
got hit really hard,
right,
you know.
definitely. And
So
that's what
it's
I've been very grateful about that, you know what I mean? Because just being able to, because there are people that don't have or have lost a whole lot, and I've just been very grateful to be able to still have my peace of mind, still have my family, still have a roof over my head, still have a
ooh,
clothes on
for
my back.
real.
So,
Mhm.
just still having food to eat, just little small things people have lost out on, and prayers to those that have, and as the year continues to go by, things are picking back up. Of course, the numbers are rising again, but just being able to say, hey, we're here. That's because
Yes,
somebody didn't wake up this morning.
somebody didn't. Including some of my friends. I lost a
Hmm.
friend to COVID this year. He was an amazing gospel singer that was in every known play that I can think of.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Loved by us all. Young, he wasn't even 50 yet.
right.
In his 40s, he had complications to COVID,
Wow. Yeah. Dang.
and
Yeah.
it's crazy to see my friend. You know how they raise him up in the casket
Hmm.
to do the final walk. It's crazy.
Right. Yeah.
Whoa, that image for me was just enough.
Definitely. Definitely. I definitely understand.
So
Definitely
many
understand.
lost. I have friends. I have another friend, 40. She was 42, died
Hmm.
of a heart attack.
Wow. Yeah.
This year,
So
it's been a mess. Like Kobe,
yeah.
Chadwick.
Chadwick. Yeah. Yeah. Those things hit, and it hit hard. It hit home. Because you're not used to seeing or hearing anything like that. Especially with Chadwick. Um, from him being from my home state. Like 2 hours away. Just hearing as a South Carolinian, hearing what he did, and seeing what he did, and it gave me so much inspiration. And then for him to for him not to complain about anything and to still
Right.
continue moving. Um, it just again inspiration. It was inspiration
Until
for
the
me
end,
until
he
the end.
fought.
Right.
He was fighting a battle, and he fought a good fight as far as continuing his work and putting
Right.
his work out on the world, knowing that he possibly would succumb to it, and he kept
Hmm.
working to the day he died.
Exactly. So I mean, grateful to have him here. You know, have him here. You know, we will never forget him. He has a long, long loving memory from people. You know, from children to adults. You know, especially playing the
Right.
part of Black Panther. You know, and it's it's crazy that he's not here. But also we just have to remember to celebrate those that have gone on. And just be like, hey, they're not here anymore, but let's celebrate what they have accomplished. Let's celebrate their life. Let's just love on each other more,
Mm-hmm.
because tomorrow isn't promised.
It isn't. My friend that I was saying, the gospel singer, I'm so happy, not that he passed, but I'm happy that I got a chance to do my part in his life, because
Hmm.
he came to Las Vegas and he wanted me to put a team together, a media team, to come out and promote his concert. He was doing a
Hmm.
concert in Vegas. I was
Hmm.
like, sure. I said, you got it. I
Right.
gathered like 10 of my media friends, and we all came together that night and shut it down. We shut that red carpet down, you know,
Yeah.
and that's one of my greatest memories. My husband filmed it. He filmed a commercial for him, and he filmed a music video. It was dope. Like, we have this now as a memory.
Right.
I never would have thought that he wouldn't be around physically, and I pulled them videos out, honey, just to pay homage and memory
Hmm.
to, our friendship. We were friends for
Right.
over 20 years. I used to sit down and play spades with him, and that was my buddy. Like, so it's been a knock you in the stomach type of year. Every
Right.
turn you turn, the George Floyd
Yeah.
situation and the political craziness that's going on. And right, we all gotta, like, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna get into detail because we can go on another hour about
Right.
that, but um I Trump is a fool. Trump is a
Definitely.
he's a
Definitely.
fool.
I definitely agree. I agree. I will
Oh
say
my
I agree with you.
golly. But like you said, to have the time where we're not running to and from, to have the
Mhm.
time to focus on our craft, it's been an amazing year. I wrote 11 books this year,
That's dope. That's really dope.
from November to November. My last book just got published um like 2 weeks ago.
Cool. That's what's up.
And I'm working on my 12th.
That's
I
what's
was
up.
like, I got to finish this year strong. I want to be done with that one before the year's out.
You can do it.
I
You've
can
done
do it.
11 before, so you can do it.
Right. I can do it. I know what it
Yeah.
takes. I know the formula now. I know the
Right.
system. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's powerful, bro. Powerful.
That's
I
what's up.
agree with you on that. Like, God knew. I feel like God always gets the glory out of, every situation. And we should honor God for our lives,
Definitely.
and what happens that we can't really explain. You know what I'm saying? The things we
Yeah.
can't explain, it's something bigger than us.
Right. Right. Definitely. I definitely
And
agree.
I
Like.
think that this year was meant to take moments of reflection and appreciate,
Hmm.
the little you have. Appreciate all
Absolutely.
you have, the people that
Hmm.
are with you still, and
Right.
appreciate the flowers and the trees and the
Hmm.
birds. And it kind of made us just sit back
Yeah.
and enjoy, God's fruits.
Right.
And
I agree.
whoa, when when you possibly your grocery store is about to shut down because they the coronavirus. Like, whoa,
Right.
what we gonna do?
Right.
You know what
Exactly.
I mean? You
Exactly.
gotta think about stuff. You gotta. I done piled the kitchen up. Like it's so many canned goods and just so much because I learned a lot this year.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know.
I mean, I think we all did. You know. I mean, especially when there isn't any more tissue. You know what I'm saying? You learn how to stock up on tissue for a few months. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Exactly.
but I mean, again, it's been a time where I think people just needed to reflect, focus, and reflect on life period and see where they are. Um,
Mhm.
and just take time to love on those and love on yourself, and learn to love who you are and love what you have going on, because like the passion that we have as creators is something beyond. I don't think words could ever describe it. And it's the passion, because I speak for myself. The passion that I have for film is so much. There'll be
Yeah.
times where I'm just sitting here, and an idea pop up, and okay, let me go write that down, and then I'll start, and it's like once I start, I'm writing something that probably I don't need to be writing at the time. I should be doing something else, but I can't help it because I have to get it out. Um,
Then you find
and
yourself in that zone for hours.
right,
You look back,
exactly,
you wrote for hours, and it's just,
right, and it's
you
just
know,
there. Yeah, it's just what we do.
I'm telling you, I didn't realize how emotional writing was. Like it's actually emotional. It takes you to a different space and a different imaginatory world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, and that's why I love it. Like when you were saying, telling me about the book that you was telling me about before we got on. It's like, yeah, that's really dope. When you want me to start, that's the first thing that popped in my
Oh,
head.
oh,
You know what I'm
hey.
saying? You know what I mean? That those things, those it's just those things, because like you said, I mean, I get when I hear something that says I can create something out of what's already been created and give more depth to it. Um,
Right.
it's like I enjoy it, because it's like, okay, well, it's a challenge. I think
Yeah.
that's what the biggest thing is. It's a challenge, and the challenge is
How
like,
about
okay,
this? I would love too for you and Darren to shoot it.
oh man, we'd love to come out there and do it.
You know what I mean? Like I'm thinking, here we go,
So
here we
yeah,
go,
so
taking
yeah,
it.
I mean, and
I
and
gotta
that's the
get
thing, like,
you. I gotta get you a copy of it so you can
okay,
read it. It's a real short
okay,
read.
okay,
Uh, Only like 10 small chapters. They were really teensy chapters. You know
mhm,
what I mean?
yeah,
But yeah, it's so many things that can be expounded on. And I think this script could be like one of the newer. You know how they did the Lion King, Disney,
yeah,
all the Disney series
right,
movies, and one of the things that kids just really gravitate to. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Because
yeah.
it's so dope of a concept, especially for little girls.
Yeah, definitely. Having girls is like seeing them play with their dolls, and and it's like they just create. I mean, even with boys with their action figures, they create
Right.
something so huge out of the smallest thing. Like, I see my daughters with their baby dolls. I'll see my sons, and they'll have like popsicle sticks and playing with it, and we're like, "Dad,
Right.
what are y'all playing with? What are you doing?" But it's just their creative, their imaginary, their imagination that just takes them to another place. And as a writer, that's where I love it, because it puts you in the place of a child again, and it allows you
Oh
to
yeah. Oh my God.
create and be
Ah.
open about every different, like everything is, and it is very emotional. Of course, you have places where you have to put that emotion in and make people cry. Um,
Yeah. And
but
that's when
but
I'm
then again,
when I'm in that moment of emotion. I'm usually with some music on that's just
hmm,
pulling out everything. It's like I got
right,
music playing in the background. It's loud, and I'm zoned out somewhere. I'm gone.
right,
You know
right,
what I mean? It's the best
definitely.
feeling in the world to be a creator. People don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, and again, and then tapping, and a biggest thing, tapping into the gift that you've been given, and it brings so much potential out, that it's like, okay, once you hit it, it's like a stride, and you never can really stop. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's where I am. I feel like right now I'm in a
Hmm.
striding moment. I still feel like I'm a rookie in the game. Um, I think I probably always feel that way. A lot of people think I'm a veteran, but I still feel like I'm a rookie because I feel like I'm always learning. And since
Oh
I'm
yeah,
always learning, I'm good.
exactly, exactly. Well, you have been an amazing guest. I
Thank
usually
you.
am hyphy, but your mood kind of mellowed me out. Like this morning, I had to I had to follow the vibe. You know what I mean?
Oh man, no.
And chill out. I feel like I'm really peaceful now that I've talked to you. Like
Well,
and
appreciate it.
you know, what a great way to start a morning. What a great way to get our day started. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely,
In this
definitely.
interview and in this exchange, I so appreciate your presence on the show. And I think that this is the show that creators can learn from.
Right. I agree. I agree. And I thank you for having me on. Um, Shouts out to Lester, man.
Oh my
Lester is
God.
that
Yeah.
dude.
Bravo.
But I
He's
thank
so
you for
dope.
allowing me on. Thank you for allowing me to have me on this morning. And allowing us to have a good conversation. That's a big thing.
Definitely. Definitely. I want to keep in touch with you.
Okay.
Let's talk so that I can get you, I want to get you a book in the
Okay.
mail in the upcoming days. Give me about like some days to
Gotcha.
get it to
No
you.
problem.
When my next post office trip, your book will be in that rotation. Send me your
Hmm.
mailing address on a private message,
Gotcha.
so that I can get that story to you. I think it's gonna take you, and I want you to have your daughter read it.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
I want her to read it to you, and I say that because I think if you hear it verbally from your daughter and really, really capture the excitement of a little girl reading this book for the first time. I think it's just so dope because when I look at them and they read it, and then the kids that get the book in the mail and they look at the
Hmm.
concepts and they read, they be like, man, this was such a good book. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a
Right.
trip. So I would definitely incorporate your daughter into that moment of reading it aloud to you.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. She likes to read, so that's a good thing.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, brother, I'm gonna get off of here because I got another
Okay.
interview behind,
No problem.
this. And
Right.
great meeting you. Let's
Same
let's
here.
keep let's keep talking, keep thinking about some ways that we can possibly incorporate our creative ideas in the mix. And you just never know. It could be the next big box office hit.
Definitely. I'm always working towards that. So I mean, and each time it gets better. So I'm definitely
Right.
down. Let's get it done.
And there's no reason with the resources we have in house that it can't be done. It can be
Definitely.
done. It's
It
it's a
will be
go.
done. It will be done.
Yes, it's a go. Action, action.
That's it.
I say that. All right, bro. I'm gonna let you go. Have a wonderful, fabulous day. Share this
Thank you.
interview, send it out, and have everybody that you know join the page Queensy Live Experience.
Will do. Thank you again. Enjoy your evening.
All right, have a good day.
All right, you too.
Bye bye. He was so dope. I just keep meeting some good people. I love this. I love this, you guys. You know how I just get so excited about things like this. I know that God is doing something amazing in the lives and the careers of people that I cross paths with. He was definitely a great guy, a great entity, someone good to know. And I listen, y'all just keep watching this Queen G Live Experience stuff. That's all I gotta say. You never know who's gonna be on this show. Till next time, y'all. I got another episode right behind this. Y'all stay tuned. This your girl Queen G of Queen G Live Experience. I'm checking out, y'all. Have a good day. Bye.